Hi guys, sorry you can't see my face today. I wanted to be able to hold my camera so that you can really see the illustrations in this book and that it won't get cut off, because I know sometimes when I hold it, it gets cut off by the camera. So today I'm going to read to you The Greedy Triangle. It's written by Marilyn Burns and it's illustrated by Gordon Silveria. Now, as I read, I want for you to be listening for a couple of things. I'm going to talk about the sides of shapes, and I'm also going to be talking about something called the vertex or the vertice. When we read, the sides are just as it sounds. They're the sides of the shape. So when I look at a triangle, we have 1, 2, 3 sides. Now the vertices or the vertex is where the sides connect. A vertex means just one. Vertice means all of them. So in a triangle, there is 1, 2, 3. As I read, I want for you to listen for the way this triangle changes with its sides. With the sides and with the vertices. The greedy triangle. Once there was a triangle that was, as most triangles are, always busy. The triangle spent its time holding up roofs, supporting bridges, making music in a symphony orchestra, catching the wind for sailboats, being slices of pie and halves of sandwiches, and much, much more. Take a look at what all these triangles are. The triangle's favorite thing, however, was to slip into place when people put their hands on their hips. That way, I can always hear the latest news, it said, which I can tell my friends. The triangle's friends liked hearing the news. One day, the triangle began to feel dissatisfied. I'm tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So the triangle went to the local shapeshifter. How may I help you? The shapeshifter asked the triangle. I think if I had just one more side and one more vertex, said the triangle, my life would be more interesting. That's easy to do, said the shapeshifter. Poof! The shapeshifter turned the triangle into a quadrilateral. So the triangle shifted from having 1, 2, 3 sides and 3 vertices to having 4 sides and 4 vertices. You probably know this quadrilateral's name as a square, and you are correct. This is a square. A square has 4 equal sides, but any shape that has 4 sides is a quadrilateral. So a rectangle is a quadrilateral, a square is a quadrilateral, a diamond is a quadrilateral. You'll learn more about those this week. Life changed in a wonderful way. The quadrilateral was happy with all of the things it could do. The quadrilateral could be a baseball diamond or first, second, or third base. It could take position on a checkerboard or a chessboard, a computer screen or a movie screen. It could frame windows or frame pictures, and much, much more. The quadrilateral's favorite thing, however, was to be one of the pages of a book. That way, I learned so many interesting stories, it said, which I can tell my friends. So you can see it has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, 1, 2, 3 vertices. This shape, however, is a rectangle. It's still a quadrilateral, though. The quadrilateral's friends liked hearing the stories. But one day, the quadrilateral began to feel dissatisfied. I'm tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So the quadrilateral went back to the shapeshifter. How may I help you? The shapeshifter asked the quadrilateral. I think if I had just one more side and one more vertex, said the quadrilateral, my life would be more interesting. That's easy to do, said the shapeshifter. Poof! The shapeshifter turned the quadrilateral into a pentagon. So a pentagon has one more side and one more vertex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Life changed in a wonderful way. The pentagon was happy with all the things it could do. On a baseball diamond, the pentagon could be home plate. It could be a section on a soccer ball, or appear inside whenever someone drew a 5-pointed star. The Pentagon's favorite thing, however, was to be the headquarters of the United States military near Washington, D.C. I hear all of the top secrets that way, it said. It's too bad I can't tell them to my friends. The Pentagon's friends couldn't help feeling left out. This is a real building. After you're done with math today, if you would like mom or dad to help you Google image the Pentagon, you can see what it looks like. But please make sure mom or dad are with you whenever you Google image that. After a while, time seemed to pass slowly for the Pentagon, and it became dissatisfied. I'm tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So the Pentagon went back to the shapeshifter. So you're here again, the shapeshifter said to the Pentagon. Now what would you like? I think if I had just one more side and one more vertex, said the Pentagon, my life would be more interesting. That's easy to do, said the shapeshifter. Poof! The shapeshifter turned the Pentagon into a hexagon. So a hexagon is 6 sides and it is 6 vertices. Life changed again in a wonderful way. The hexagon was happy with all the new things it could do. The hexagon fit in as floor tiles in houses and patios, and fancy crackers at parties and picnics. It worked as the socket of certain bolts and the prongs of certain wrenches. The hexagon's favorite thing, however, was to be the cell in a beehive. I love watching the bees as they buzz in and out, it said. The hexagon spent so much time in the beehive, it was too busy to talk to its friends. The friends missed the hexagon and couldn't help feeling ignored. Again and again, the shape became restless, dissatisfied, and unhappy with its life. Again and again, it returned to the shapeshifter for more sides and more vertices. The shapeshifter agreed to turn it into one shape after another. A heptagon, an octagon, a nonagon, a decagon, and on and on. Finally, the shape had many, many sides and many, many angles. Its sides were so small that it had trouble keeping its balance, and friends couldn't tell which side it was on and began to avoid the shape. One day, when the shape was going down a hill, it began to roll. Faster and faster it went, screeching around corners, crashing into fences and trees, colliding with bicycles, and terrifying walkers. At last, the shape came to a stop. It felt tired and dizzy, lonely and sad. Enough, thought the shape. I don't know which side is up. I can't keep my balance. My friends don't want me around. The shape could no longer remember why it had been so unhappy as a triangle. Very carefully, it made its way back to the shapeshifter. Aren't you happy yet? The shapeshifter asked. I want to be a triangle again, said the shape. I'm not surprised, said the shapeshifter. Poof! The shapeshifter turned the shape back into a triangle. The triangle was delighted to have its old shape back again and kept itself very busy. Once again, it held up roofs, supported bridges, made music in a symphony orchestra, caught the wind for sailboats, became slices of pie and halves of sandwiches, and much, much more. Still, the triangle's favorite thing to do was to slip into place when someone put their hands on their hips. That way, I hear all the latest news, it said, which I can tell my friends. Its friends liked hearing the news and were glad the triangle was back in shape again. The end. So in this topic, you are going to see lots of 2D shapes. You are going to learn to classify them by the number of shapes and the number of, by the number of sides and the number of vertices it has. I can tell that there's a glare on this, but I'm going to scan this paper in so that you have it to remind you the names of the shapes. When you take a look at the shapes, the first thing you're going to want to look at is, does it have any sides? How many sides does it have? And then you'll look at the number of vertices, and that will help you to classify the shape. So just to review a couple, a circle does not have any sides. It does not have any vertices. So it's 0, 0, 0 the whole way around. Kind of looks like a 0 too because it can roll. A triangle, like we saw in the story, has 3 sides and 3 vertices. A rectangle has 4 sides and 4 vertices. A square, 4 sides and 4 vertices. And a rhombus, which is it's a fancy word for a diamond, but we will be calling them rhombuses, is also 4 sides and 4 vertices. We have a parallelogram. A trapezoid is another type of quadrilateral. A pentagon, 5 sides and 5 vertices. A hexagon, 6 sides and 6 vertices. Trapezoid, another type of quadrilateral. Oh, we just did that one, I'm sorry. An octagon, 8 sides and 8 vertices. A star, and an oval. So like I said, I'll post this so that you can use it to help you with the names of the shapes. I hope you have fun with your activities today. It should be a nice, easy lesson for you.